It's your favourite time of the week. I reckon it's mine too. Our verbal virtuoso, Kel Richards, joins me now from Sydney. This one, Lois from Malden and I are both on the same page here. This is one I've often wondered as well. Why have we stopped saying the word died, Kel? We say this terrible Americanism, they've passed. I watch all the funeral ads and they talk about someone who's passed. They used to die in Australia. They still do die. We just don't call it dying anymore. Why have we become so scared of the word died or even death?
I don't know. It's a kind of nervousness. Maybe it's well-intentioned, not wanting to hurt people. So we use euphemisms and avoid death. But the not wanting to hurt someone, making it compassionate and so on, comes in the context and the tone of voice and the manner. So if I say to a friend, look, I'm really sorry that your husband died, that's better than saying, I'm really sorry to hear your husband passed away. I'm sorry, I've got to say, I think that's absurd. It is an absolute absurdity to run away from the real thing and to put in those kinds of euphemisms. And you'll remember, Peter, the famous Monty Python Dead Parrot sketch, which was mocking the absurdity of that language. You know, this parrot is bereft of life. It has passed on. It has tumbled off the twig. It is pushing up the daisies. It is no more. It has rung down the curtain. It's joined the choir invisible. It is an ex-parrot. Now, they're just making fun of how absurd that is. We don't need to do it. By all means, have a nice, gentle, compassionate way of addressing the issue, but use real words, real language, please.
It's one of the realities that none of us will be able to hide from. So I don't know why we're so squeamish about it. It's a reality for everyone.
Just tell you, a recent survey of doctors shows that 10 out of 10 people die. So it's a reality of life. We just have to live with it, right?
You're a comedian as well as a wordsmith. All right.
Sorry.
Graham from Southside, he's got a pronunciation issue and it's to do with the word performance.
Yes, look, there are a number of these things. And I don't understand them. I think you need a psychologist, not a linguist, to talk about this. There are people who say performance. They'll take a word like mischievous and say mischievous. They'll put a K at the end of anything. Now, they would never write them like that. If they're writing an email or they're writing a report, they wouldn't spell them that way. So why this disjunction between what they say and what they write? I assume it is just carelessness on their behalf. And quite frankly, we have a glorious language in English. We are really well off. Let's treasure it. Let's not be careless. But why people can be as careless as that with language, it's beyond me. It baffles me. How can they?
I'm old-fashioned and I think it has a lot to do with people moving away from the pen and handwriting and that consciousness you have spelling words. I think bashing things out on a computer and having autocorrect come in and you know, fix words for people, I think they've lost the sense of sounds, phonics and words in sentences. Anyway, that's a theory. Often we have words that disappear because they're no longer fashionable perhaps, but I think some disappear because we're not sure how to use them. Affect and effect, I think we're dropping them because people are a bit confused what goes where.
Okay, really quickly, the rules are affect with an A is a verb, it's a cause, and effect with an E is a noun and it's a result. But Professor Pam Peter says don't worry about it too much. She's actually done a study and found that the effect with an E appears far more often in written English than the other spelling. So she said basically we've got to get to the point of being really relaxed about this and not worrying too much.
All right, well, I'll be very zen. I won't worry at all. Kel Richards, thank you as always. Head to my Instagram page, Peta Credlin AO. Give me your words for next week. We'll run them all past Kel.